the truth. The truth. That's the line. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
What is up, party people? Your boy The Truth back at it with a brand new video. So, about a year ago, I wanted to make a video called The Downfall of Sean Witherspoon in Round 2. When I started brainstorming the video, I knew that it was going to take a lot of research and a lot of work, and I just didn't want to put all the effort into doing it. You know, your boy is monetized, but due to the amount of views I get, I'm not making any money off these videos. So when I make a video, it's purely to get something off my chest or for the love of sneakers. And then today I came across this new channel called Rapid's Vision. They posted a video about Sean. It's at 67,000 views, which is crazy because this is a brand new channel. They only have a little over 500 subscribers and only 10 videos, so shout out Rapid's Vision. Your boy even trolled them in the comments. Don't take what I say seriously. Well, maybe the first part, but not the second part. Anyways, I saw this as an opportunity to get my video done that I always wanted to make, and I could also kind of touch on some points that they touched on. So, round 2 started in 2013 in Richmond, Virginia with three 20-something-year-olds, Sean Witherspoon, Chris Russo, and Luke Fratcher. A boutique that specialized in retro Jordans and vintage clothing. In 2015 of October, Round 2 opened its second location in Los Angeles between Fairfax Avenue and La Brea. Now this was about time that I first heard of them. You can say that Round 2 was the first store to film its interactions and have a buy, sell, trade type store. Around this time, their YouTube was really popping, and I think it really helped in marketing their store, and it drove a lot of kids to go to their store and actually wait in line to get in, as they did deals every single day in the morning. Round 2 did a lot of things very smartly, including their marketing and promotion and their move to LA, which led them to build relationships with a lot of celebrities. Eventually, they expanded and opened stores in places like New York, Chicago, and Miami. Round 2 was killing it, and at the forefront was Sean Witherspoon, who also got his own Nike Air Max. My very unpopular opinion, I never liked this Air Max, and I know I probably stand alone, but I just never thought it was that great. I didn't like the colors. I didn't like the mix of the 97 and the 1. It just wasn't my thing, but everyone loved it. The shoe went crazy, and to this day, it's still going crazy. But eventually it seemed like the mighty have fallen. They completely stopped doing their YouTube channel, and then they had to close up some of their stores. And Sean's designing skills kind of came out as subpar, as he did shoes with Adidas that nobody wanted. Now, I think Sean seems like a nice guy, a good person. I know he's a vegan. I'm not trying to shit on him, but I really don't like his new designs. He also contradicted himself many times, in which he said that he was a Nike man, he would stick with Nike. He even made shirts that said, "Less boost, more air." But he switched up, went to Adidas, and I think that was his downfall. He was even caught saying this.
No, I hate it. I just don't fuck with Adidas at all. It's not my thing. I have absolutely no history with them. Like, no nostalgic feeling for Adidas. I don't know.
So you're all Nike, everything, brand loyal.
Yeah, I'm Nike all day. And I told Nike in a meeting. We were actually in a meeting a couple of days ago. I told them, I'm like, you guys could take a shit in my mouth. You could lay me down and shit in my mouth, and I would still wear your fucking sneakers. I just like Nike.
I mean, come on, people. That's kind of crazy to put it that way and then switch over and go to Adidas. You really got to question this man's morals and priorities. Obviously, he went and took the bag, but the things he designed for Adidas, horrendous, horrible, under retail on StockX. But he keeps designing. He designed some clothes for Round 2 that personally I just didn't get. I didn't understand, but they were selling out. They were tricking hypebeasts into buying them. I will commend him though. He really used his popularity for his gain, as he is still designing clothes and other things. He actually designed a car, a Vespa, and recently some jewelry. So he has used his popularity and used that to excel in his career as, I guess, a designer. So, my Jerry Springer final thought: Sean seems like a nice dude. He seems like a good guy. But I think he took the bag instead of sticking to his guns, sticking to his morals. He obviously was a Nike guy. I mean, just look at what I presented to you. Less boost, more air. Even him saying Nike could shit in his mouth and he would still wear Nike. But now he only wears Adidas. Along with round 2 stopping their YouTube, I'm sure it wasn't making them much money, but it really did well for them marketing, and then they had to close some stores. So I do feel like round 2 has fallen off. Going back to the Rapids Visions video, they make some really good points. So let's kind of point some out right now.
Excitement of these brands around Sean Witherspoon is quite far from being shared by consumers, since most of his creations do tend to flop. Alright, let's not even lie here. In reality, on all of the collabs he has been able to offer Adidas since his arrival 2 years ago, absolutely all of them ended up in the outlets, sold at 50% off. So the question we ask ourselves is, why do brands invest so much into this guy? Why?
First off, let me say, Rapids Vision. The graphics are amazing. The voiceover sounds like you hired someone to do a voiceover, and the editing's really good. What is going on? Someone must have put a lot of money into this channel. Second of all, they have a great point. Why are brands investing in Sean if his stuff is flopping?
Contest where the winner was chosen by the public votes. Sean was a well-known YouTuber and the owner of one of the most popular thrift stores in the United States, where people could vote on site with a voting machine, and for many the results was fraudulent. And this design contest quickly became a popular contest as usual. And look, I don't even really need to tell you that before becoming the super hype pair that it is now, the majority of people found it a shame and thought it did not deserve to win.
They did a great job pointing this out. In case you never knew, or in case maybe you just forgot, the only reason Sean got to create his Air Max is because he won the contest by people voting. There was 12 contestants, and Sean got the most votes, so that's why he got to create his shoe. And they kind of point out that it was kind of like a popularity contest, so that's how he got to make his shoe.
Start wearing their sneakers out in public though. He's also a little bit of a hypocrite now because he's mainly working with Adidas, and suddenly he has these childhood memories associated with the brand. Now he claims that he used to wear the Sambas when he played soccer.
Well.
Here they're kind of pointing out the same thing that I was saying. Sean, who was a huge Nike fan, all of a sudden acts like he was an Adidas guy when he was on video saying he was a Nike person.
Way before he ended up with Adidas, he tried a lot of other things by working with Guess, with who he created a very colorful collection inspired by the brand's archives. He was supposed to have released a pair of shoes too, but I have no idea if they actually came out.
So if you're younger, you might not remember this, but Guess was super popular in the late 80s, early 90s. And then people like ASAP Mob brought it back, and it's been in style, so it wouldn't be hard to have a successful Guess collaboration. But personally, I am not digging this color scheme. I mean, it could have been so easy, but yeah, I'm not digging it.
It marked the beginning of Sean's decline, where hypebeasts and sneakerheads were paying less attention to him. But strangely, brands were becoming more interested in him. So he eventually joined Adidas, with who he seems to have an exclusive contract with since he's not doing any more collabs with other brands at the moment. He first revisited the Superstar and then moved on to other models that absolutely nobody cared about, like the ZX8000s, Adidas EQT93s, and the Super Turf. And even though all these pairs were big flops, Adidas never stopped believing in Sean, and they even continued their collaboration with his Orchatros released in January 2023.
So, as they pointed out, it is kind of crazy that Adidas is so loyal to them, even though all his shoes are flopping. I mean, take a look at these shoes. Would you guys wear these? Are you looking forward to these? Like, I'm not digging any of these shoes.
So why didn't he stay with Nike? Well, hey, we don't really know why. Apparently, it's a story of contract disagreements and conditions that were a little too strict, which may have made him feel not so respected enough as a designer by the brand. He says there were no clashes between them and that they just completely went their separate ways. In any case, we can only congratulate him for the crazy path that he took.
So I agree with them. You can only congratulate him for the path that he took. But can you congratulate him for his success? Is he a success if all his designs are now flopping and no one's buying? Personally, I think he should have stuck with Nike. As they said, they're not sure why he left, but I can only imagine Adidas offered him a big bag to leave. I also don't know why Round 2 stopped doing their YouTube show. It was a cool show. It was original, the first of its kind when it came out, and they just kind of deaded it. So if you want to watch the full video, it's Rapid's Vision, Sean Witherspoon, the biggest fraud of the sneaker history. And this has been your boy The Truth, aka Paul Pierce, aka George Washington, because I cannot tell a lie about Sean Witherspoon's designs. And I'm out.